Nation of Islam gave up Malcolm X in order to have peace with the FBI. They knew how powerful Malcolm was. Malcolm was going to wake up the people. And he would have woke up the people to turn them against the whites here in America. So they gave up Malcolm X. Now, if you notice, once they gave up Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam, they have not been bothered. They have not been bothered. They have not been bothered in this country. They told them they can go ahead and do what you got to do. They knew that once they knew if they would have kept Malcolm X or left him alive, he would have woke up the people. He would have turned the nation against him. But at the same time, when they gave him up, Nation of Islam, they don't mess with them, because at first they was bombing their houses, they was doing all type of stuff to them. I don't know if y'all remember what he said. He said when Malcolm X said the chickens are coming home to roost. That was after that was right after what was that? What was his president? What's the president's name? Oh, John F. Kennedy. One of their own got killed, and he said the chickens are coming home to roost, and they was trying to shut Malcolm up. The Nation of Islam was trying to shut him down. That's really why, man. I got family. I got family who are Muslim, and they was trying to turn me Muslim, and he was steady dogging out. A lot of times they were dogging out. They used to dog out. He used to dog out Christianity. He used to say so many different things, man, about Christianity. It was crazy. And turn Muslim, man. That's something I never. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like even now, being a Muslim, it's too hard, man. Their rules are strict. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no way, you know what I'm saying, a person can live, you know what I'm saying, under them type of rules. But you understand though that Malcolm, the Nation of Islam gave up Malcolm stuff, man. We don't really think about that stuff anymore because of the entertainment, all the different things that we have going on now. Like, you don't think about how Malcolm X was given up like that. You don't think about that stuff now. There's too much going on. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all come in. But yeah, man, they gave dude up, man. Yeah, they gave him up. They had to give Malcolm X up. The reason they had to give Malcolm X up because Malcolm X was waking up the people, man. He was still, as far as Muslim, but he had the power to wake up the people, and he had the power to turn the people against against this nation and against the Nation of Islam because of the crooked stuff that they were doing. Now, if you notice, after they gave Malcolm X up, once they gave him up, the Nation of Islam, in this nation, the Nation of Islam now, Elijah Muhammad, they have had no trouble. One thing about the Nation of Islam, you have to be a part of their association. They don't help. I haven't known for them to help. And maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. The black Muslims here, they don't help the black people in natural disaster. And whenever stuff like that happens, a natural disaster, I don't get that at all. I do not get that at all. But they had to give Malcolm X up, man. X up, man. And mostly when you think about the Muslims, where do they usually when they be, now you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking what they're doing, because some of them it does help their mind, but most of them when you hear about Muslims, they mostly you mostly hear about them, or you know what I'm saying, after they got locked up or something like that. Yeah, I gotta hold up, I got a phone. Hold up. Let me get this phone. That y'all had a phone call. But usually when you hear about Muslims or a person that's practicing, you know, the Nation of Islam, most of the time they pick that up in prison. Man, these rules is, I'm telling you, the rules, my cousin, man, you know, can't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? You can't, it's a lot of things you can't do, man. It's very strict. But yeah, man, they gave that dude up, man. And I can't, you know, when you sit back and you think about it, they gave up a great leader, man. Malcolm X. He was about to change everything. He was about to change the game. But one thing God did say, though, no matter, even though that they did give him up, one thing God did say, after the 400 years is up, which the 400 years of our slavery was up in 2019, he did say there was going to be no man. It wasn't going to be a person. It wasn't going to be nobody to deliver us. Martin Luther King couldn't do it. And I think he was given up. I think Martin Luther King, I believe he was given up by, Martin Luther King was given up by, I want to say it was Jesse Jackson. Martin Luther King couldn't do it. Malcolm X. And God had already stated that, hey, it ain't going to be nobody that's going to be able to bring us out. It's not going to be no man. It's not going to be by their power. It's going to be by God's power. That he was the only one that was going to bring us out. So a lot of times we looking for leaders, and that was our problem. That was the problem. That was the problem. That's been a problem for us. We always wanted a leader. It was, he said, we want to be like all the other nations. We want to be like all the other nations. We want a king. We want this. And then Samuel, he told the people, he was like, no, man, God is going to be the king. Even though we couldn't see him, we knew that his power is still existed. It was still here. He said, no, we're not going to. He said he didn't want to have the king, but we chose to have the king put over us. And then that's when we had Samuel put over us. And he said, when you get a king put over you, don't complain when they start taking your men to war or getting their army together and they start taking your daughters as concubines. God always wanted to lead us without a person over us. Yeah, it was going to be the priest who stood, you know, between him and God, but that was our problem. We always wanted a leader. And God already said, nah, ain't going to be no leader. So, you know, in a way, even though they did give up Malcolm X, it was all by design, man. It was all by design. It was all by design, y'all. Yeah, I'm out here on this road. This thing, it's about time for me to stop and grab something to eat. Yeah, they gave up Malcolm X, man. always wondered why Minister Farrakhan, he was always able to get help. He was always able to get help from, whenever they had a Million Man March, Beyonce, all of the known rappers, you know what I'm saying? All of the big time people. Saying that's all part of the industry. But they already know, the FBI knows that the Nation of Islam is no threat to their organization. Let me say that again. The FBI knows that the Nation of Islam is no threat to their organization. Once they gave up Malcolm, they didn't have to worry about it. The FBI knew right then and there. Once they gave up Malcolm, we appreciate you for giving up. But yeah, y'all can go ahead and do whatever y'all want to do now. Once they gave up Malcolm, it was over with. Malcolm was waking up the people, boy. Malcolm was waking up the people. I'm finna go grab me something to eat, y'all. Yeah, Malcolm was waking up the people. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Be greatly appreciated, greatly appreciated. Malcolm X woke up the people. Malcolm X woke up the people. That's why they had to give him up. Because what had happened was the FBI was bombing. The FBI was bombing the Nation of Islam. They was bombing their houses. You know what I'm saying? Setting them up, doing all type of stuff. And he already knew, like, man, we got to do something, man. We can't. It ain't no way, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no way they gonna let y'all. It ain't no way they gonna let y'all live in peace. It ain't no way they gonna let us live in peace. We got to give them all. They sacrificed my. Malcolm woke up the people. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not Muslim. I'm not Muslim at all, man. By far shot, you know what I'm saying? I ain't Muslim at all. I ain't looking to be Muslim. I ain't trying to be Muslim. I just it's strict. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have, it's certain things or certain diets and different stuff like that, Do they have some truth? I believe they have some truth. Do they have influence like that? No. They don't. The Nation of Islam don't have influence like that. God, what are they doing for, you know what I'm saying, the Pope? You know what I'm saying? What are they doing for them? Nation of Islam only helps themselves, you know what I'm saying? The Nation of Islam only helps itself. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my page, Extra Potential, at Extra Potential. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check out my page, at Extra Potential. At Extra Potential on YouTube. Also check out my page, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. At COLD3509. At COLD3509. Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Y'all have a good one. Just remember that the Nation of Islam gave up Malcolm in order for them to live in peace here.